joining us here on Chris Reviews Stuff. Today we'll be talking about something we kind of needed for our kid to kind of put a lot of his toys in. It's a little bare right now because they're all over the place. But this is a big collection that we saw on Amazon. We purchased it for $44 and right now it's for purchase for $48. So the price kind of fluctuates a little bit. But we went with this one just because based on the reviews and the pictures of the product. So as you can see, it comes with, these 12 bins. You have these standard size bins. These are just shy of 12 inches. This is about 8 inches and about 5 inches deep. They're all the same depth. And then you have these larger bins. These are 16 inches long. So you get an assortment of them. And as you can kind of see, you can really put them wherever you want. You can, like we on the top, we have a big one, 2 smalls. You can do whatever you want. They're flexible in that regard. You can have 2 on the bottom. You do wherever you want. But they do have to lay this way, sideways. If you put the bigger bins up, you notice it just doesn't sit well. It's too big and it takes up too much. It doesn't use enough space and it kind of becomes weird. The nice thing too is there's a little bit of clearance underneath them that you can put. We put the puzzles underneath it. So there's a lot of storage here as well. We put all his trucks. We put his Legos in here, his trains. It has a metal rod here that goes across both in the front and back to hold it up. We have some pictures as well that kind of show us constructing it. Very easy to construct. You just put the rods. You can see the rods are on level. They are not elevated on one, higher on one. They're the same level. Very easy to attach. We laid down the wood on one side, put the screws in, put the poles into the screws, just tighten them a little bit, and then once you get all of your rods in, then you can really tighten the screws up on the sides to get a nice, to create it strong. And then we put the other side on, connect it to the rod, same deal. The feet attached to the sides, and it took us maybe 10 minutes to actually build the whole thing and then start putting stuff inside of it. But these feel a little thicker than like a Tupperware, so I feel that's really good. Tupperwares, you can put food in and drop it, it doesn't break. So I don't think these are gonna break, but my kid also doesn't play with Tupperware, so I can't say yes or no. We've had this we purchased these back in December for Christmas, and we've had these for about 3 months now, and we're really super satisfied with them. Nothing is broken. He's hung on this. He hasn't destroyed it by shaking it, putting anything too much in, leaning on it. It's still really sturdy. I checked the screws before the review, this video, to kind of see if stuff loosened up after use, and it hasn't. None of the screws have come out. It felt looser than what we actually put them into. Did a full inspection. I don't see any wear or tear to it. He plays in here pretty much every day for, hours. One minor detail though is you can see on the sides here, the screws are not covered. So I don't know how well, my kid doesn't try to do anything with those screws as unscrewing them or sticking their fingers in there, but just aesthetically it doesn't look as appealing as I think it should. It should possibly come with caps. A lot of, like when you buy a door or something, they come with caps that go over top of this, or even your furniture to cover the screws. That doesn't do that. It doesn't come with that. Also, this handle here, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all, but it's a different color than this. This is a cover. This is like a decal that goes over the wood that you don't do. It just comes from the factory that way. But they didn't do anything in here. This is a nice soft material. I don't feel anyone's gonna get paper cut, hurt from that anyway. But just this is something to notice, that all of the screws all over this are going to be exposed like this. And here you can see the rods. They're very flush to the sides. They actually go into the side, so there's no way of getting a little finger or hair caught in there, which is really good. I don't know if they actually thought about that, but maybe they did, because you have to worry about little fingernails or hair getting caught in there and then pulling and ripping out. You don't have to worry about that with this. This is a nice thing because like I said, with the screws, they're indented a bit. These are also indented a little bit to allow the rod to go inside of this and not be, and be not flush with the side, but actually indented into it. It comes with enough storage, easy to build, less than 10 minutes to build. Looks pretty good, and it has a small footprint, but holds a lot. good things. The only one thing I don't like about it is, as we pointed out earlier, the screws are exposed. I wish it came with a cap to put over side of that, or some kind of sticker to put on there. I can see now, looking back, that it doesn't come with a cap because you're dealing with children, small children, and a cap, small plastic thing, they would easily put that in their mouth and possibly choke on it. So I can understand why a cap isn't there, but I wish there was something that it came with to cover that somehow. It's not my job to come up with that, so that's on them. I can see why they are exposed again, but I wish there was some way to cover them. I guess I could paint it myself, and that's an option, but maybe it should come with a little bit of paint that you can do that, or kind of just tap it on there. But overall, very happy with it. I would recommend this to other people if you're in a situation and you need to kind of just pick up toys, small toys off the floor and put them away, so you can kind of get a little house back to yourself. But very good product so far.